What's popping with the population? This is a quick ass episode of Durag with the Cape Road. Currently don't have on Durag. I actually got on a balaclava and a damn Palestine kafir, free Palestine. Just wanted to say Eric Adams is a hoe. He's cutting a lot of needed social services in New York City. So here's an addendum to what I put out. Apparently, the big dummy is rolling back some of his earlier claims of needing to cut certain things out of the budget, like the FDNY and the NYPD. It seems like they aren't going to be touched, but of course the NYPD ain't going to be touched because he's a super cop that wants to be internet famous. Saying the reason being is the influx of migrants. But my thing is, when you consider that New York City spends one of, if not the most money on policing, you figure all of the taxes and stuff that go into New York City. Where's the money at, fam? How do you immediately solve the migrant crisis or whatnot by cutting needed social services? Like, you're asking parents to replace school safety officers because you can't hire them because you can't pay them. So I think it's like 250 officers that are not going to graduate. Well, they're going to graduate but not be like placed anywhere. You're wanting to cut cops, but not really. You're cutting in, I think, to the fire department, to sanitation, to all of these things. My real question, and then I heard that there was like a couple hundreds of millions or damn near close to $1 billion of like unpicked up, like unaccounted for funds, like I think maybe coming from like fines and a bunch of other stuff and whatnot. But I'm not too well versed on that. My main question is when, and this doesn't just go for New York, but when any place, any state or whatever, these corporations or whatever, say that there's a budget issue, is there not any money in the coffers? Like, how don't y'all have any bread on the side? I'm trying to understand because, us as individuals, they always say, you want to have at least 3 months rent if you can afford, or even a month rent out just in case. You want to have, a savings. You want to have all these other things in regards to like your funds. And, for a rainy day. As individuals, they tell people to do that, right? How the hell is a government voted in by the people dealing with budgets and money, or dealing with all that? How don't you have money? How is it that all of a sudden a crisis happens of any sort that completely deplete you of funds to the point where you're asking to the point where you're asking parents to be school safety officers, like volunteer. You might have to do it, swagger. Like, I don't get it, fam. Somebody got to be playing with the money. Because, I think New York City is a sanctuary city. I think Chicago is. There's a couple places that are sanctuary cities that, according to, like, news or whatever, like, Texas, like Greg Abbott, I think he supposedly sent over migrants from Texas, and now Eric Adams is like posturing, and he's sued for like $700 million or something like that for him doing that, and yada yada yada. But my thing is, these people that are tasked with running the city and the budget and doing it on behalf of the people, how are y'all losing bread? Like, how don't you have money? You was getting money though. How don't you have money? Where the tax money going? Where's any money going? How was one crisis or whatever, how's one thing making it where you don't have no money? The country operates off of unless no money. The national debt is constantly rising, and they operate off of no money. Owe money to everybody. Operate off credit and IOUs. How don't you? But like the state of New York, as far as the city, state of New York, but New York City, like don't have no money. So then, if he's the mayor of New York, right? Don't have no money, saying like the government, the U.S. government should help out. I'm suing Greg Abbott for sending over these migrants, saying all, and he said some disgusting things about migrants.
110,000 migrants. We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. Well, we're here. We're here.
A drastic shift from the message Adams first had for incoming migrants.
Lady Liberty sits in our harbor. New York City is the welcoming mat for the entire globe.
And there's I got a whole thing about why it's deeper than rap when it comes to migrant people, because we don't factor in why these people are coming here in the first place. People don't think about the fact that the U.S. government is responsible for a lot of the stabilization in South America. Then that's where you got to look into the School of Americas. It sounds like some generic school, but that was a place where people like Pinochet and other Latin American dictators learned the ways of ruling people from the U.S. government. And then you think about all the guns, you just, whatever, bro. How don't New York have money? All right, I'm done. I don't even got to do right on, but make sure you keep your cape.